Hello, Bama. Did you see that? It was a surprise, but Miami's coach said Bama stole a player. Before we dive into the news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and keep getting more Bama updates. In a startling statement that circulated on social media and shocked many fans and analysts, Miami, Ohio coach Chuck Martin made severe allegations against the Alabama Crimson Tide football program. According to Martin, Alabama stole kicker Graham Nicholson, a rising star who shined brightly in the 2023 season for the Redhawks. Graham Nicholson is not just any player. After a remarkable season where he hit 35 of 37 extra-point attempts and 27 of 28 field goal tries, Nicholson emerged as the first consensus All-American from Miami, Ohio. His precise kicks were crucial in leading the Redhawks to the MAC title and the Cure Bowl last year. Nicholson's ability to convert opportunities into points was a key factor in the team's success, and his transfer to Alabama through the transfer portal is certainly a blow for Miami, Ohio, but a significant gain for the Crimson Tide. Chuck Martin, who is about to start his 11th season at the helm of Miami, Ohio, expressed his discontent unequivocally. In his words, "Alabama stole our kicker. They recruited our kicker illegally and stole him from us. That's a fact." This accusation raises questions about recruiting practices and integrity among college football programs. However, it's important to understand that the transfer portal was created precisely to give athletes the freedom to explore new opportunities and challenges. Alabama, under the leadership of its respected staff, has a long history of conducting its operations within the regulations set by the NCAA. Nicholson's arrival in Tuscaloosa is seen within the program as a legitimate enhancement and a strategic addition, given the crucial role a kicker plays in tight games, a reality well known by Crimson Tide fans. Moreover, the transfer process is a two-way street that offers both athletes and programs the chance to seek alignments that best serve their competitive and academic interests. It is not uncommon for athletes to seek programs where they can maximize their development and exposure for a potential professional career. Nicholson's arrival is viewed with excitement, and he is expected to continue his trajectory of excellence under the guidance of coaches who have a proven track record of developing talent. And that doesn't make much sense. Alabama, with a new season approaching with the promise of another year of achievements, now with Graham Nicholson ready to contribute his precision in the decisive situations that will surely come. The current controversy, although significant, is just another chapter in the relentless pursuit of excellence in college football. With the retirement of Nick Saban after a golden 17-year era at Alabama Crimson Tide, a new chapter begins in Tuscaloosa. Now under DeBoer, who arrives at Alabama with an impressive track record of success, faces the colossal challenge of succeeding one of the most legendary coaches in the history of college football. DeBoer's arrival in Alabama is loaded with expectations. Known for his ability to transform programs, as demonstrated with the Washington Huskies, DeBoer led a remarkable turnaround in Washington, elevating the team from a 4-8 season to a 25-3 record in just 2 seasons. This feat culminated in a Pac-12 title and a national championship game appearance, solidifying his reputation as a competent reformer. Paul Finebaum has weighed in again. He reflects on DeBoer's ability to fill the massive shoes left by Saban. Finebaum acknowledges DeBoer's skills but contemplates the comparisons with Saban, whose feats seem unparalleled. "I think he will," Finebaum admits about DeBoer's ability to lead Alabama, adding, "I think he's a great coach. In many ways, one of the best coaches in the country." But that's what we're talking about here. Nick Saban was a magician. He won games he shouldn't have. He did things that no one has ever done before. Saban's legacy is deeply intertwined with the identity of the Crimson Tide, and DeBoer will not only face the pressure of expectations for victories but also of maintaining a culture of excellence and discipline. The Alabama community, known for its passionate and fervent loyalty, will be watching closely, ready to support their new leader while bidding farewell to an era defined by victories and championships. The DeBoer era begins not with a simple question of whether he can win, but whether he can inspire, adapt, and continue the tradition of excellence that the Alabama Crimson Tide represents. Nick Saban, known for his ability to adapt to change, has always embraced the evolution of the sport, even if, deep down, he would prefer things to stay the same. He was a master at understanding that in order to continue winning, you had to accept the new rules of the game, even if it meant sacrificing practices and routines that he considered essential to success. But that's in the past, it's up to DeBoer now. During his appearance on Urban Meyer's The Triple Option, Saban brought up one of the most impactful changes college football has faced in recent memory: the introduction of spring recruiting visits. This change, which at first might seem like a technicality, has in fact had a profound impact on the way coaches spend time with their teams. For Saban, these spring and summer seasons were almost sacred, a crucial time to develop the team, strengthen the team culture, and prepare players for the upcoming season. With recruiting visits taking up more and more space on the calendar, Saban and other coaches have been forced to delegate a significant amount of responsibility to other members of the staff, especially the strength coaches. These professionals, who had previously played a more secondary role, have now become key players in maintaining the culture and standard of excellence that Saban has always sought. It was a difficult change, but it was necessary to remain competitive in the increasingly competitive environment of college football. Now, with Saban out of the picture, Kalen DeBoer is taking the helm in Tuscaloosa at a time of great change. DeBoer's experience working with different programs and cultures throughout his career prepares him well for the challenges ahead. He is no stranger to change and adaptation, having demonstrated his ability to navigate those waters in previous situations. But Tuscaloosa is a special place, where expectations are sky high, and Saban's legacy casts a long and imposing shadow. Still, DeBoer brings a fresh energy and approach that, while respectful of the Crimson Tide's traditions, is ready to embrace the new landscape of college football. DeBoer's ability to adjust to these changes while maintaining the winning culture that Saban established will be crucial to Alabama's success in the years to come. And with the game continuing to evolve, from conference realignment to new recruiting rules, DeBoer will need to be both a strategist and an innovator to keep Alabama on top. On the other hand, it's interesting to see how Jalen Milroe, the current quarterback for the Crimson Tide, is seizing this new era of college football. Not only is he shouldering the burden of being the starting quarterback for one of the most prestigious programs in the country, but he's also using his growing fame to increase his notoriety, something that would have been unimaginable in decades past. Milroe's leadership and skill on the field are already making history, not only as an athlete but also as an influential figure off the field. The recent distribution of custom Beats headphones featuring the Crimson Tide logo to his teammates is a clear example of how he is using his position to strengthen the bonds within the team while simultaneously enhancing his own personal brand. DeBoer has a tough task ahead of him, but with players like Milroe leading the way and a culture of excellence ingrained in him, Alabama remains a titan of college football, ready to face and overcome any obstacle that comes its way. Jalen Milroe, the promising quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide, recently took another significant step in his young and promising career by announcing a partnership with the iconic headphone brand Beats by Dre. In a striking promotional video, Milroe not only showcased his on-field talent but also highlighted the growing influence of NIL deals in the college football landscape. Since the institution of NIL, college athletes have finally had the opportunity to profit from their own brands, a right that was denied to them for many years. The initial proposition of NIL was simple: allow college players to leverage their talent and popularity to form mutually beneficial commercial partnerships. However, the reality has proven to be somewhat more complex. Many programs and coaches have used NIL as a strategic recruiting tool, turning it into a true competitive battlefield. Nonetheless, for players like Milroe, NIL remains an extraordinary opportunity to build their brand while simultaneously boosting the name of the Alabama Crimson Tide. The promotional video marking this partnership with Beats by Dre is a perfect example of how NIL can be used creatively and effectively. In the video, Milroe is seen performing a series of intense training activities, all while wearing his custom Beats headphones adorned with the Alabama logo. The Crimson Tide's indoor training center serves as the ideal backdrop to display Milroe's dedication and commitment to his development as an athlete. We see the quarterback jumping hurdles, perfecting his throwing motion, and showcasing his signature spin move, all with an energy and intensity that embody Alabama's culture of excellence. As the video progresses, Milroe switches from his training gear into his full uniform, walking through the iconic tunnel under Bryant-Denny Stadium. This sequence not only celebrates the history and tradition of the Alabama program but also highlights Milroe's importance as the current and future leader of this team. The glamorous photo shoot, accompanied by an impressive light show, serves as a reminder that, while Milroe is still building his career, he is already a central figure in college football. The video culminates with a powerful image of the Crimson Tide logo shining on the Beats headphones, a symbol of the fusion between tradition and innovation that defines both Milroe and the Alabama program. These headphones, exclusive to the quarterback, are not just a fashion accessory but a symbol of the new era where the talent and personal brand of college athletes matter more than ever. And, in a gesture that demonstrates his team's spirit and leadership, Milroe made sure to distribute these custom headphones to some of his teammates, reinforcing the bond of camaraderie that is essential for collective success. Being the starting quarterback for such a prestigious program as Alabama comes with its benefits, and Jalen Milroe is making the most of these opportunities. He is not only excelling on the field but also using his growing notoriety to expand his influence off it. In a world where NIL redefines what it means to be a college athlete, Milroe is leading the way, showing how one can balance athletic success with a growing personal brand. Very cool. Success to Milroe. The Alabama Crimson Tide has once again made a splash by securing the stay of a key figure in their football program, General Manager Courtney Morgan. In a scenario where the figures offered to college sports professionals reached staggering amounts, Alabama was determined to keep Morgan in Tuscaloosa, turning down a robust offer of over $1 million from USC, one of the Big Ten powerhouses. It's well known that head coaches and coordinators are among the highest paid professionals in college football, often receiving stratospheric salaries to lead their programs. However, with the evolution of the sport, especially in the NIL era, the responsibilities and significance of positions like that of a general manager have also grown exponentially. Morgan, brought in from Washington by coach DeBoer, embodies this new era, where the recruitment of talent, contract negotiation, and managing the complexities of NIL have become vital for the continued success of any elite program. Since his arrival, Morgan has not disappointed. Under his supervision, Alabama secured the second-best recruiting class for 2025, according to analyses by 247 Sports and On3. This achievement alone would demonstrate Morgan's value to the program, but what truly highlights his importance is the unwavering trust DeBoer places in him. It's not just about logistics or recruitment, it's about strategic vision and a solid partnership that transcends the field. There's a deep level of trust for Morgan to be one of the first guys he asked to get on the plane with him to Tuscaloosa, said a source familiar with the close relationship between DeBoer and Morgan. It's deeper than football. It's deeper than player acquisition. It gives Kalen peace of mind, knowing it's not just about the football logistics, it's not just about the personnel. It's the overall vision he brings to the table. By securing an annual salary of $825,000 for 3 years, Alabama made it clear that they value Morgan at a level few programs are willing to match, but many may try to emulate. The future seems to point to an even greater escalation in the values offered to professionals in management positions like Morgan's. As pointed out by Pat Curran, an agent who represents coaches and athletes, there will be coordinator-level salaries in the next 2 to 3 years. This reflects the increasing importance of these positions and the recognition that to win, having excellent field coaches is not enough. A support structure capable of ensuring that the best talents are on the team and well-managed is necessary. In this context, Alabama has taken the lead not only by hiring a young and innovative coach like DeBoer but by reinforcing that hire with the retention of a professional like Morgan. The decision to turn down $1 million offer from USC is more than just a financial negotiation, It's a statement of commitment to the continuity and success of the Crimson Tide program. Let's hope this helps the team greatly too. Stephen A. Smith did not hesitate to name the Alabama Crimson Tide as the biggest threat to Georgia's supremacy in the upcoming college football season. Many question whether Alabama can maintain the standard of excellence that has made it a college football powerhouse. But Smith, appearing on ESPN's First Take, made it clear that he firmly believes in new head coach Kalen DeBoer's ability to keep the Crimson Tide on top. DeBoer is no slouch, Smith said with conviction. His confidence in DeBoer is based not only on his coaching abilities, but also on the robust structure and winning culture that has been established in Tuscaloosa over the years. Despite the departure of Saban, who will always be remembered as a legend in the sport, Smith believes that the foundation that has been built at Alabama is strong enough to withstand this change and continue to compete at the highest level. Smith noted that while Georgia has won 2 consecutive national titles, they have failed to win a third, and part of that failure can be attributed to Alabama. A 2-time national champion fell short, didn't have a third straight win. Why didn't they have a third straight win? Because they ran into Alabama, he noted. Georgia coach Kirby Smart's record against Alabama is another point that Smith didn't let go unnoticed. With a 1-5 record against the Crimson Tide and 1-3 since 2020, Georgia continues to struggle when facing Alabama, which reinforces Smith's belief that the Crimson Tide is still a force to be reckoned with. During First Take earlier this year, Smith expressed his preference for current Colorado coach Deion Sanders to replace Saban. While that suggestion didn't come to fruition, he did give a strong endorsement today to Kalen DeBoer, indicating that he sees the potential in him to continue the legacy of success that Saban left behind. Still, not everyone shares Smith's optimism. ESPN's L. Duncan expressed skepticism, arguing that it remains to be seen whether DeBoer will be able to maintain the level of excellence that Saban established in Tuscaloosa. That's a valid point, considering that replacing a coach of Saban's caliber is a monumental task. However, Smith remains resolute in his position, believing that the Crimson Tide will be as strong as ever this fall. Alabama's 2024 season begins on August 31st with a matchup against Western Kentucky, a game that may not reveal much about the team's true capabilities under new leadership. However, the big test will come on September 28th, when Georgia visits Tuscaloosa looking to avenge its loss in last season's SEC championship game. It will be the first big opportunity for DeBoer to prove he's up to the challenge and for Alabama to show the world that despite the change in leadership, the Crimson Tide are still the dominant force in the SEC and the biggest threat to Georgia's reign. The big question that remains is whether DeBoer can not only maintain, but also build on the legacy of success that Nick Saban left behind. If Smith has anything to say, the answer is a resounding yes. And for Alabama fans, that's cause for optimism as they prepare for a new era in Tuscaloosa. What do you think? Let us know in the comments.